Hi, my name is Megan Harrington, and today I will be going through my teacher portfolio with you. So to start off, we have the cover, of course. I have my name, I have the title, and an apple to represent education, as well as my contact information. When you open the portfolio, to start off, we have the table of contents, which corresponds with the tabs on the side. They're color-coded, and they go in order of the sections on the table of contents. So our first section that we will be diving into is the introduction section, in which I start off with a brief about me that would have been on the website. It gives a brief description of my life, what I teach, and why I teach. Also in this section, I have my philosophy of teaching and education. Our next section that we will be getting into is, of course, the resume section, where I have my resume. Also in this section, I have included my example cover letter. The next section is going to be the certificate section. I included this one, although not required. I believe it is important as an educator because it shows your qualifications. And going into an interview, it's important to show why you're the most qualified person for the job. So to start off, we of course have PD certificates. Then I have my praxis exam scores. And lastly, my college transcripts. Our next section is really helpful, especially for interviews. I started off this section of the interview section with tips for teacher interviews, the flyer I made. And I got the information for this flyer based on my interview with a K-12 teacher, for which the transcript is here, as well as my interview with a principal. Transcript is also there. The next section of my portfolio is the resource section. These are flyer resources I made for educators, as well as the professional standards I made for educators to follow. So we have the professional standards, and then we have specific resources for Arkansas educators. This is mostly about unions and about reporting, mandated report information. And then of course we have resources for my specific content area, ELA, specific ELA resources that I found helpful. Our next section is the teaching section, and these are lesson plans I have used throughout my teaching career, as well as activities. So our first lesson plan that I wanted to include is about problem and solution. I used this with a 4th grade class, and our next section will kind of tie this in as well. I included 4 different lesson plans from my ELA experience because I think this shows my versatility as a teacher. And to go along with our next section, I have included student artifacts. This is work my students have completed, and these are all from that first lesson plan, the problem and solution. I gave them a prompt of a man was having a bad day. Students came up with why he could have been having a bad day, and then they came up for a solution to help him make his day better. So I had each of my students come up with a creative writing, answer the prompt. Each of them had a different solution, a different problem, and these are all examples to answer the question. In my last section, although it wasn't required, I wanted to give a thank you to all those who read through my portfolio, for if I take this to interviews or if I use it as an educator to show other teachers. Just a brief thank you to those who use their time to go through my pages and took time out of their day to listen to my experience. Thank you.